In this video, we are going to learn how to create MVC with layered repository pattern using dependency injection. In this video, we will focus on the things that is layered architecture of MVC project, working with a repository pattern, working with dependency injection, and explain entity framework for data access. First, let's open the data SQL server. So here I have created one database that is a book DB, and in the database I have created one table that is a dbo.books. So there is a book ID, book name, title, author, published year, and base price is the columns. Okay, that is, I have added some dummy data that is for the two records I have added. Now open the Visual Studio. First I have to create one blank project. File, new project, select one blank project, and after this we are going to add the layer. Visual Studio, other project, here Visual Studio solution. Here you can see the blank solution. Now I'm going to give one name. This one will be the project name, actually is the book. So, but for this one is for MVC a book layer. Just I'm going to add this one. Click on OK. Now here you can see that one blank project has been added. Or inside that blank project, just to right click and add new project. This all will be the library project. So select the Visual Studio and select one library. That is a class library. This one is a class library. So how we are going to write like a, I'm going to write the project name, that is a book.bl. So this one is a business logic. Book.bl is the business logic. Click on OK. Now you can see that one library has been added. Just delete the blank default one. Default class has been deleted. Now again, next one is it will be the add new project. Visual Studio, that is same one, library, that first one is the book, that your project name. The next one is the data. So this one will be the data access layer. Book.data. Click on OK. Same, we're going to delete the default one. Delete. Click on OK. The next one will be that new project. Same, book.ibl. So one by will understand that one. Click on OK. Just delete this one. Now last one is that add new project. This one for book.model. Click on OK. Just delete the default one. Now need to add main project, that is MVC project, web, new project. Select the web, ASP.NET web application, going to give the name web app book. Click on OK. Web app MVC book. Click on OK. Select that empty MVC project. Click on OK. Now we will check each layer one by one in detail. So the first layer is that your MVC layer. This one is that your first layer. Just right click and make this one to make a startup project. So this one is the first layer. So the MVC layer mainly contains controller classes. Those controller classes are derived from MVC controller. In each controller we have several action method, and we are writing our logic here. Now this one, if you will look at the model, that here is the model layer where all my models, classes and properties are declared. So this one is for model only. So here we will add the properties, and that all those fields will be here. Now if you will look at IBL, IBL contains all the interfaces where all the abstract classes have an abstract method which will be declared. Thus the controller will be the IBL layer where all my interfaces are defined. So that if we, here this we are going to create that all those interfaces. Because of that we are going to create that abstraction between of the two layers. And this data is your data access layer. You can say that your entity framework or And if you want to do that ADO.NET, that you can do in a data layer. And business logic is the basically your what you are going to use that logic. So that one you have to write here. Correct. So mainly I'm going to use the repository pattern. So what's actually the, if you will look at what is the repository pattern, mainly if you'll see that repository pattern is the repository pattern is used to create an abstraction layer between the data access and the business logic layer of an application. Mainly that that your repository pattern is the bridge between the two layers. That one layer is your data access, this one your data, and second one is your business logic. Okay. So what actually abstraction means like that your interface. Just one thing is that abstractions means one is that interface. Now one by one we are going to start. First one, this one is that model. So I'm going to need to create that model. Add model, that is a class. Model is that entity, that you can say that class. So just I'm going to give that name. So this one will be the student. Student. Sorry for that. It will be that your book model. Click on add. So need to add the properties. So what all properties will be here? First one is that your create the int. First one will be the book ID. Then book ID. Next one will be the your title, or you can say that book name. So string. It will be the book name. The next one is the title. So just add the title. Another one, go to the, this one will be the author. The next one, publisher. Here. Then last one is base price. Okay, this one will same like your table. Just see, look here, book ID, book name, title, author, publisher, and base price. Okay, that all call. This one I have added into the entity. That's one part has been done. That is a model. Next one, to create your data. This one, your data access layer need to add. So just add. I'm going to use that entity framework. Just add new item, select the data, entity model, and this one I'm to give the name. It's a book DB. Now I'm going to add that entity framework. Add. Click on next. Need to add the here server name, SQL, user ID, password, and your select the database. What's that database? Your book DB. Click on OK. Now go to next. Select the table. That only one entity is there. That is a books. Click on finish. Now you can see that your book entity model has been added here. Book ID, book name, title, author, publisher, and base price. Close that one. So now you create. Go to that your IBL. Here need to add that interface, because that IBL means like interface business logic. So here need to create that interface. Just select that. Here is the class. This one is the interface. So I book .cs. That one is click on add. First of all, need to make this one with the public iBook. Oh sorry, this one just click that one. This one need to change. It will be that. Rename that one. This one is the iBook repository. If you want, you can create the generic repository. For now, I'm not going to create the generic repository. So that iBook repository. And first need to add the reference. Just build the application. Build succeeded. Perfect. Close. Now I need to add the reference in that IBL. So what will be the reference need to add? That is the model, because that IBL, that model should be here. Add reference. So here it is selected book.model, this one model. So click on OK. Here first one, I'm not going to add so much, so it will be that book model, this one, so that it's enable get all books. First this one, and one more interface I'm going to create, that is a int. It will be the add book one, this one. So here it will be the book model. So create that object book model, and next if you will look, that it will return that only one entity, that is a book model, and get book by book ID. So it will be an integer book ID. This three that I'm going to add. Only signature is here because it's an interface, so only signature is required. Now this one has been done, that your IBL. Now next one is that your business logic. Click on add one class. So that class name I'm going to write, it's a book BL. So we can identify if I'm writing like that, so I can say that okay, this one is that business logic. Click on add, and this one is the public. Create the constructor. Constructor. So now first need to add the reference. So reference, add reference. What all things is required? That data is required, interface is required, and book model also is required. So click on OK. That's done. So that entities name is that book DB entities. Okay. So create that obj book DB entities. Now this one is a variable. Now I'm going to create the object. This one is the book DB entities. Okay. So what else? I have to call that. I'm going to implement that interface which I have created. That is a IBL. I think this one is the name. Maybe that iBook. Just check what's the name. iBook repository. So this one is the iBook repository. One more. Again, I missed that one. This one will be the BL. This one, it should be the name. Instead of BL, I'm going to write repository. Book repository. Click on OK. Yes. So we change that one. Now I'm going to implement this interface. I'm going to implement finish. That's all. Okay. So now it will return your list of your book model. So how it will return? So just I'm going to create the object IEnumerable, then list of books. Okay, list of books equal to, so that query from obj book in your entities, obj entities dot books. Select new book model, and this one will be the to list, and it will return will be the list of books. Okay, that is done. Now add the value, that is author equal to obj book dot. It's not, intelligence is not working because here you are getting error. Just hover the mouse. Here it's saying that entity framework version 6.00 culture is not actually is here. You must add the reference. So what we'll do, we are going to install entity framework here, because here we are going to use. So right click, manage NuGet package manager, go to the browser, browse that one, and here I'm going to search entity framework. Just select the entity framework, but keep in mind here it's asking that version 6.000, right? So you have to install, because the latest version, if you will select here, its latest version is 6.3.0. so you can select that 6.0.0, this one. So you have to install this one. Be careful, otherwise you will get the error. So install that one. Now you can see that it's successfully installed. It's showing that finished, successfully installed entity framework 6.0.0 to book.pl. Okay, now I'm going to close this one. Now you can see that error has been gone. Now call, this one is the author. Just add the value base price. Just copy this base price. Book name. Publisher, title. See here, because I'm using this way, I'm writing like this way, because there is a little properties, not too much. I think 4 or 5 properties is here. So if it will be more, so it's not a good practice to write like this. So you can use the third-party tool that is called a automapper. So it will be, if you will that this particular your entity model and your class model, that will be, that properties will be same, that it will be automatically mapped. No need to write this much code. Okay, in another video we are going to show that one, how to use that automapper. Okay, that one is done. So it's returning that list of books. Okay, now next one I'm going to use. So this one is a book model. So that is a book. I'm going to create that object obj book equal to new book. Okay, here I need to assign the data dot book. Okay, need to assign the value, so it will come from here, that publisher equal to dot publisher. Book ID is not required because this one is the auto number, so it's not required. Next one is that author that base price to base price, book name equal to book name. So what is there anything missing? Yeah, title. So just add the title. That is done. Because this one is an integer, so need to return value. So that your entities, this one is obj db entities dot books dot add, and here into add the object of book. Right now we can return obj dot save changes. Okay, so in that once it's saved, so it will return greater than 0. If it not saved, then it will return that 0. Okay, next one is that your get book by id. So this one also we can write. It will be the same like this one, only that it will become by the where clause. This one I will do later. Okay, now we'll go to that. Now go to that MVC project, this one, that MVC we are going to, now this all has been done. Here that model, I have created that model. IBL created that interface. Then data is that I have added the entity framework here. Then book BL, so it's your business logic here, that is a book repository. Okay, that is done. So now we need to add the reference for MVC project. Add reference. Here need to add that some reference, that is your interface, your model, and your business logic. Okay, data I'm not going to add because it's not required. Click on OK. That is reference has been added. Close all for now. Now what all things to do? First need to create that one controller. Add controller. So select that MVC 5 controller empty. Click on home controller. I'm not going to design that one, that particular view, just for adding the view, that add view. Select that MVC5 view, click on add and add. Now you can see that your view has been added. I'm not going to design anything. Here it will be return some value, some data I'm going to return. So directly I'm not going to create that your object of it, that repository. So one way is that you can call that your business logic, that is a book repository, just like this way, book repository. Here if you will create the book repository, add the reference here, that you can create the book repository. This one is a book repository. That one way is that just you can call that particular method, that is a get all books. You will get that value, but this one is not a good practice, because this one is that tightly coupled. How you will make that loosely coupled? Once that between of the two class, there it will come that bridge between that two classes, that interface will come. So that here if you look that one, this home controller is also one class, and this book repository is also one class. So if you will call that that's like in the solid principle for that D is saying that high level module should not depend on low level module, both should depend upon abstraction. So here you can say that this one is a home controller, is a high level module, and this one is that low level module. Both are dependent. So it should be not dependent. Both should depend on abstraction. Just delete that one. So how you can do that, this one, without using that creating the object, or you will create the abstraction. So abstraction means the interface. That's why we have to install. Right click the project, MVC project. Go to the NuGet package manager, manage NuGet package manager. That is a third-party tool for dependency injection. Going to use that and inject MVC3. Now just install this one. Now you can see that one, then inject MVC3 has been successfully installed. Okay, just close this one. Once it will be installed, then now you are going to open that one, app.start folder. Here you can say that it's automatically added. So here you are going to tell that one which your class should depend. Just like here, that is a kernel dot bind. No, sorry, this not this one. It will become as angle bracket, angle, that is a bind. So what's the interface name? So here I'm going to tell that one which your repository will depend upon which interface. So this one is that iRepository. So here call that iRepository. Add the reference here dot. First one is added. Now then 2. Which one is that? 2 is that your book repository. Okay. Now add the reference book BL. Now dot. Here need to add is request scope. That is done. Now nothing to do. Now go open that your controller. Here I am going to create that I. That is, what's the name of the interface? That is iBook repository. So it will be the iBook repository. Okay, add the reference, and that one again iBook repository, that variable. Now here you can say that it will come. You are going to create the constructors. Constructor. So iBook repository, and next one is that underscore iBook repository. This is called the constructor injection. Okay. Okay. Now you have to assign this care and this one. Okay. Here I have to call that one enumerable of your model. Model is your book model. This one is a book model. So it will come that list of book models equal to your repository. I'm going to call that get all books. So in this one is that you can say that it's a client class. So client class will not know that which class I'm going to call. Here they are calling that interface. Here I didn't mention any class. Okay, I didn't mention that one, so it will point only that your interface only, not the class. Okay, so client code should not know that one which actually class, which repository you are going to call. So that one is done. Next, what you will do, that one, if you will run that this, then you will get the error because some more configuration need to do. Open that your model. Here need to data. Here need to copy that your connection string. So your connection string is this. So copy this one and paste in your MVC project web config here. Sorry, not this one. This one for the view configuration. That this one web config. So paste it here. Just close it. Okay. That is done. So once if you are going to run again, you will get that one error. Just see that one. What error you will get? This one is a starter project. See it as a starter project. Now if you will run the application. Now come to the home controller here. I'm going to make the breakpoint in that view. Okay. Now run the application. The two dummy data should become, that is your, open the SQL here. This two data should become here. Let execute. This data should become. Okay. Now it's come. You can see that two records is coming. Okay. This two record is coming. Okay. That is done. Now we are going to add some value because I'm not designing, so that's why what you will do, we are going to add. So once that index is done, I'm going to call one more action result, that for add book. Okay, so what we'll do, this one I'm going to return the view. So this one also I'm going to call this, otherwise it will be redirect to the action. Just I need to check that one, if data, this one for data is inserting or not, redirect to action. That action method is that index. That's all. Now we're going to try to add the data. So your book model, obj book model is equal to new book model. Here going to add some dummy data. This book ID is the author number. Author is that tuition. The next one will be that your base price will be that 5,000. Next one is that book name, jQuery. That publish year 2018. Then last one is the title. Your title is the tech. Okay, that is done. Now going to call same things, just iRepository. It will return that integer, the result equal to dot your add book. You only need to pass this particular value. Let's see that if data will be inserted or not. Okay, going to call that add book. So just run the application. Here you can see that's only two record is here. Maybe you will get the error. Okay, so only need to call that one /home/add book. Just let's see one time. This one is an add book. Okay, that's a same add book. Click on, please press on enter. Let's see. Okay, now I will see in the database. Just execute. You can see that one record has been added. Okay, that's all. So let's review one times just to stop that debugging. So what we have done till now. First, what have we created? We have created one database. So with that database name is your bookdb, and I created one tables, that is your dbo.books. In the tables there is 6 column. One is a book ID. This one is the author number primary key, book name, title, author, publisher, and base price. The next I have added that empty project, that is that the name of a book layer, and that 4 library project, that class library, that is a book.bl, book.data, book.ibl, that is the interface business logic. This one is a business logic, and data is the data access layer, and next one is the model. Here it will come only properties, and last one is that your MVC project, that is a MVC book. Okay, first I have created that one model, that is a book model. I have added that properties is the same like that your column, that particular book entity, that it's the same, it will match that, it will be the same. Okay, so that book ID, book name, title, author, publisher, and base price. Next one I have added that IBL, that is a interface business logic. In that here only that interface, that repository will become, if you want you can create that your generic repository. Okay, that iBook repository. So that one, in that I have added the 3 method, that is a add one, and here it will be return get all books will come, that here that add, and here it will return that one object. Okay, the next one is that your data. So here I have added that one. This one is an entity model data. So why we are using that one? So why this layer we are using in the future? If then someone will ask to change your entity model to ADA.NET, only need to change here only this one, the data layer, and rest of the things will be same. That's why if you are going to use that work with that this type of layer, so it will be easy to, or it will be reusable. So because if we are going to write in that one place in one ago, so it's very difficult to change. But here only that your data, this one, if you are going to, you need to replace that one, because here I am using that one your ADO.NET. Oh sorry, this one is I am using that entity framework. If later if I want to use that ADO.NET, only need to change that here. Okay, next one is that your business logic. In the business logic I am trying to implement that particular interface and create that one constructor. So in the constructor I am creating that one object. Sometimes it's happening that this type of value you can pass through the client, so client will decide that which object they are going to use. So and then so here I'm the implementation. So for, because here this one is only the signature here, so in that book repository I'm implementing that particular thing. Next one, this because if we are going to use that entities, but that in the reference you need to install that one entity framework, otherwise you will get that error. So right click that manage document package, please check the version, what version actually you are using here. So automatically you will get. Okay, this one is been done. So only need to add the entity framework. A same one, what actually that connection string is here, that is that book DB entities, you need to copy into that in the MVC project, because this one is going to be published. Okay, so only that one wave config will be that once you are going to be host that particular application, that this wave config will be the host, not that this app config. Okay, so that's why you have to copy that connection. If you look here, I have added the connection here. This one, just copy that one, that particular connection. Okay, till now it's okay. So that business logic, but and I'm using that one, that dependency injection. So I have installed that one, Ninject. So if you will open that app store, here you will get that Ninject webcom. Once you will that Ninject will be installed, then you will get this file automatically. It will be added. It will be added here, and here you will see that this type. If you want to add the more repository and more interfaces, so only you need to add here. if you will be that one student repository will come, so only just copy that one, and interface will be this left side, and that repository will be that right side. Okay, that will be that. Then okay, next one is that because that all those your here, if you will look here, that one business logic will, all those DLL will be not copied, you will get that error. So what you have to do, that one, open that your your data access here, and this one need to add one code here, this code. If you look that one, system.data-entity.sql server, this one, SQL provider services.instance. So it will be work as per your expectation. I hope it's clear. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe and like. If you have any question, any query, please write down in the comment sections. Thank you.